morning. Good morning, everybody. It's your boy BOOGOTTINYC. How everybody doing out there in YouTube land? Let me get this camera straight. And yes, I hope everybody can hear me on the microphones. How everybody doing today? Trump, why is Iran hurting its own people? We're going to get into that and much more. Let's get this camera straight, you guys. Happy to see you back, Liberty. I hope everything is good with you. What's going on, Casey? How you doing, bro? How you doing, bro? I see Batty Lynn up in the building. Thank you so much for always stepping up and showing up. Let's show out now. Let's do our thing, y'all. Let's get this camera straight. You know, I always got to give myself some extra time for that. Getting a little too good at this. Is there such thing? I think we're going to go with that. I'm not going to be greedy. Y'all been eating long enough. Now stop being greedy. Let me check and see how we looking over here. Probably got to lower it just a little more. Bring it up. Yep, that's why we give ourselves that time. I'd rather be early than too late. A little more. Try that right there. See how that do for us. Up. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I think I'm going to be able to go with that right there. How everybody doing this morning? Yes, that's right, you guys. It's Tuesday. It's time to get it in. The 20th, 2026. I can't wait because he gave us another day to be here. And you know what we do before we get it started, right? Let me check this time over here because, boy, do we have a lot of time. Okay. Matter of fact, I think we got too much time. Okay. Let me see. Hear everything good? But you know, once I start talking, the time goes by fast. So let me just make sure we're good. Let me know how I'm sounding on the audio, please. I really would appreciate that, Batty. Let me know. Good morning, Terry. Good morning, Casey. What's going on, Terry? I see you up in here. Casey, what's going on? Liberty and Justice. I am glad that you were able to pop in. I hope everything is going good with you. Because I was like, you know, as far as consistency in the show, it's only a couple of people that's been able to show up as much as I have. So I'm like, I know if she says she's going to show up today, she's probably going to definitely be here. So I was just concerned a little bit. So we definitely put in the extra prayer before the show started as well, you guys, because you know I got to pray for my fam out there. Casey, how you doing, my brother? Who else I see over here in the chat this morning? Let's go ahead and get some prayers going on this morning. That's right, you guys. If y'all here, let's get it going. Let's get those prayers in the morning. Let's get them going. Who are we going to pray for this morning? We're going to pray for security. We're going to pray for good health, a good attitude, great spirits, and we're going to give out great energy today so that we can hopefully get that back. That's right, you guys. Also going to pray for our families as well as our animals because they're our family as well. Who do I want to give some special shout outs to this morning? That's why I said it. Said Batty Lynn, thank you for always showing up and showing out. Okay, thank you so much. You always show up and show out. Okay, Terry, how you doing this morning, Terry? Hope everything's going on with you. I see you got that glove. Just call me, okay? Rebecca Lanyan Bueno gets a special prayer because she goes through medical conditions, and when it's all of us, it just makes it all that much more important and all that much more powerful. So yes, Rebecca Lanyan Bueno, get a special prayer from us as well. Who else we got up in the building? All right, I think that's about it right now. Oh, of course, we can't forget certain people like Sam Champion. Can't forget our family, people like, who's that? What's the other guy's name, my friend? Jeffrey Spilker. Also, can't forget about Tenmagen. Also, everybody that's also been here, brand new members, I really appreciate you guys. Amen. That's right, you guys. Let's get, you know, we never could do too much praying. Because praying, even if you don't believe, it's a good way to make yourself know what you need to be doing and how you need to stay focused and moving forward. I think we got enough time going by right now. My watch is a little bit slower than the regular time, so I give it a little bit of more time, you know. Start this back up over here. Got a good show lined up for you guys today. You know, I always let you know early what's the show like, what it's going to be about, just to let you know it's about to go down. So I hope everybody's ready. You got your coffee, you got your tea, you're ready. You ain't got to go nowhere. I heard everybody getting their stuff together earlier. And that's how you do it. You got to be early because the early bird is the one that gets the worm, you guys. All right, maybe I don't have to keep on talking anymore. Maybe it's just about that time. That's right, you guys. We're getting close to that time. I know it's already really 6 o'clock, but as you know, this guy right here, he's gonna wait for him. So I hope you guys are ready. It's Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. It's time to get it in, you guys. Okay. Me. Okay, are you ready now? Okay, are you ready? Not yet. Still waiting, you guys. Still waiting. Somebody else walked in the building. Who else we got up in here? Okay, Mark Dorfman. Okay, we ready to go. I'm over here trying to stall. Are you ready? Any minute now. Y'all remember that old commercial when you had to mail your IRS receipts in? And they used to be like, any day now, any day. Yeah, it was a long time ago. I told you I remember everything. I'm ready to go. And they're ready to go. I said it's time to start the show. I hope you're ready, yo. Yo, 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 yo. And I hope you guys know the 80s, because know what I'm saying, that's where my hip hop come from. So we're gonna take it to the 80s a little bit today. If you don't mind. Y'all ready? Wind it up. Wind it up. Wind it up. Wind it. Up. Come on now, I know you feel the energy. Okay. Ole. Let's go, y'all. Y'all ready? Woosa. You gotta open up those pores. 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 Uncle Ricky, can you please read us a story before we go to bed, please? All right, you kids go get the storybook. Y'all ready? Here we go. Once upon a time not long ago, where people wore pajamas and lived life slow, where laws were stern and justice stood, and people were behaving like they ought to good, where lives a little boy who was misled by another little boy, and this is what he said. Me and you tonight, we're gonna make some cash, mobbing old folks and making a dash. They did the job, money came with ease, but one couldn't stop us like he had a disease. He robbed another, a sister, and a brother. Tried to mob a DT undercover. The cop started after the erratic. He said, please keep still, dog, don't need for static. Punched him in the face and they gave him a slap. But little did he know the little boy was strapped. The kid pulled out and said, why'd you hit me? The cops headed straight for the cop's kidneys. The cop got scared, the kid starts to figure, I'll do years if I pull this trigger. So he cold jetted and ran around the block. Cop jetted on the way to another lady cop. Y'all know that song? It's called A Children's Story. And I was a fiend. Before I became a teen, I melted microphones instead of cones of ice cream, using orientated. So when hip hop was originated, fitted like pieces of puzzle, complicated. Cause I grabbed the mic and try to say yes, y'all. They try to take it and say that I'm too small. Cool. So I don't get upset. I kick a hole in the speaker, pull a plug, then I jet back to the lab. without a mic to grab. Y'all know what I'm saying right now. Big shout out to Rakim, and also can't forget about Slick Rick. Y'all ready? It's Tuesday, and guess what that means? Pump that beat. It's Tuesday the 20th. That's right, y'all. 2026. I'm your host, Bugatti NYC, and this here's our bottom line. When we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and chat and that, and we be talking about this and that and chat and this and this and that, just got me lit. I was a fan before I became a teen. I melted microphones instead of cones of ice cream using orientators. So when hip hop was originated, fitted like pieces of puzzles, complicated. They don't rap like that no more. What's good, you guys? It's your boy Bugatti NYC. Y'all could have went anywhere. Fact of the matter that y'all came in to chill with me, I appreciate you. It's 6 o'clock plus. That means what? Time for our bottom line. Trending topics, current events, my antics, and the #1 chat family and co-host in YouTube history. You guys give yourselves a round of applause. It's time to get into it, you guys. I got a lot, so let me keep on going. And I'm going into the, I got 5 on it. I'm going to be stacking 5 videos at a time. All I'm going to ask you guys to do is let's stay on topic. Let's stay on point. Do me a favor. Let's try to keep the chat consistent with what goes on in the video, because it makes it all the more that better. If you guys want to tell me where you're chiming in from, I would love that too, because I'm the type of guy that likes to look at that and go do the research, because if you're always coming, you might as well see certain things that is relevant to you, and we'll have a better dialogue. Also, you guys off the top, not a Democrat, not a Republican, and I'm not an independent. I'm a human being who made a platform for people like yourselves so that we can come somewhere and debate. And with that debate, hopefully we can come up with solutions. We're going to keep on moving forward, you guys, because there's so much to get into, and I'm already ready. Let's go. Without any further ado, let's get into these titles. What do we have here on the board this morning? We've got Trump. Why is Iran hurting its own people? Good question. When you're trying to silence people, that's kind of what they do, you guys. Keep on moving forward, because we got much more. Also, Elon Musk. This is a really important one here that I'm sure everybody's going to want to know about. Elon Musk says retirement savings will be irrelevant. I guess when we get all this AI stuff going, we're not even going to have to worry about a retirement, because I guess he's saying AI is going to keep us rich or safe. I don't know if he's right about that. Maybe him, because he's got so much invested and so much moolah. But us, I think we should keep on saving. Let's keep on moving forward, because last but not least, we've got 100+ car pileup in Michigan on a highway that leaves drivers stranded for hours, actually almost entire day. A lot to get into, you guys. I hope you guys ready to go. It's our bottom line. It's Tuesday. Let's get into it. Let me open up the screen. Hope you got your coffee ready, tea, whatever you need, because we got information coming directly from the president where he renews the desires to what? Own Greenland. Let's get back into it, y'all.
They're going to push back too much. Look, we have to have it. They have to have this done. They can't protect it. Denmark, they're wonderful people. And I know the leaders are very good people, but they don't even go there. And, you know, because the boat went there 500 years ago and then left, that doesn't give you title to property.
Bloomberg's chief Europe correspondent Oliver Crook joins me now for more. Ollie, we've just had Trump posting on Truth Social his exchange with the French President Emmanuel Macron. What do we know?
Yeah, Lizzie, I came here prepared to talk about the trade negotiations, but now about 19 minutes ago, Trump has come out on Truth Social and posted what appears to be a text message chain with the French President Emmanuel Macron. This is what it seems Macron has written to the president. Again, all we know is that this is what Trump has posted. It says, from President Macron to President Trump, "My friend, we are totally in line on Syria. We can do great things on Iran. I do not understand what you are doing on Greenland. Let us try to build great things. things. One, I can set up a G7 meeting after Davos in Paris on Thursday afternoon. I can invite the Ukrainians, the Danish, the Syrians, the Russians in the margins. That's a sort of interesting note there. Two, let us have dinner together in Paris and together on Thursday before you go back to the U.S. Emmanuel. So this appears to be what Emmanuel Macron has written to Donald Trump, to an appeal to basically try to get more conversation and dialogue between the President of the United States and Emmanuel Macron and other G7 allies in the midst of what has been a very sort of chaotic few days here ever since Saturday night, when Trump has effectively announced those 10% tariffs that will be effective on February the 1st because of Europe's resistance of letting the United States annex Greenland. I do think it's interesting that Macron here is talking openly, he's talking to the President of the United States. It is now being shared openly to the public about including the Russians at the margins of some of this dialogue potentially on Thursday. So, you know, Lizzie, this is a very fast evolving story. It's changing very rapidly. Again, what we go into this Davos with is the President of the United States continuously reiterating the need to get Greenland. And now we're seeing potentially, a G7 meeting in Paris that's hosted by Emmanuel Macron on Thursday. And of course, there's the emergency EU leaders meeting that'll be on Thursday evening.
That does not mean that he's gonna get Greenland, though. He's just trying to put up an offer and telling these guys what he's got in the kitty, just in case they're interested. Let's keep on moving forward, because I told you I got 5. That was just 1. Very informative, huh? Let's keep on moving forward, though, because we're still gonna stay in Washington. We got some breaking news coming from President Trump when it comes down to the response of Iran when the leader calls him a criminal. Criminal-minded, you've been blinded. Ooh, he called him a criminal. Oh, okay, let's see what this is about. Let's get into this real quick. You guys double tap that screen to get those likes up. I want to try to get the whole story out. Let me get it all the way to the beginning and open the screen up. Let's go.
Welcome back here on Live Now from Fox, 2:08 on the East Coast and 11:08 on the West Coast. My name is Josh Breslow, and I do want to get you to some breaking news that we are following right now coming in out of Iran, as Iranian officials now confirming to Reuters that at least 5,000 people have died during weeks of protests against the regime, as those demonstrations appear to be dying down. Again,
I think it's about 15, sadly, you guys. I'm sorry. But at this point, with all of the hidden stuff going on and the internet being shut off as well as slowed to 1%, you never know what's going on out there. If it wasn't for Starlink, you wouldn't know anything.
and this is a post right here from Reuters saying an Iranian official said Sunday the authorities had verified at least 5,000 people had been killed in protests in Iran, including about 500 security personnel. Again, all of this developing here at this hour as we do continue to cover everything related to those protests. Take a look. This is from just days ago there. President Trump continuing to call for an end to the reign of Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, telling Politico, quote, "It's time to look for new leadership in Iran." Just a day after President Trump thanked Iran for stopping the hangings of more than 800 protesters, Iran's supreme leader took to social media calling Trump a, quote, criminal, saying he was responsible for the violence and the unrest there.
Trying to blame him for what's going on over there.
After seeing those posts from the supreme leader, President Trump told Politico of Khamenei, quote, "What he is guilty of as the leader of a country is the complete destruction of the country and the use of violence at levels never seen before." You can see it right there on your screen. He goes on to say, in order to keep the country functioning, even though that function is a very low level, the leadership should focus on running his country properly like I do with the United States and not killing people by the thousands in order to keep control.
Yep, can't keep control that way because you got people just so scared, and you got people that's like, you know what, take me out. That when you get people like that at that point, what you gonna do? You can't KILL everybody. Keep on, let's go, y'all. Let's double tap that screen and get those likes up. And do me a favor, we're gonna stay on this topic for a moment because we still have some more information about the strike as well as the regime change and what's going on with Iran, because it's very important. We got oil situations and different things that are like different elements that are combined in this situation, like how Cuba was buying oil from Venezuela and then this money gets back to Iran in different ways from the way that they got this oil going. So it's very important to know what's going on, believe it or not, because it's a world stage of events that's going on and we are now involved in all of it.
last week reportedly.
Come on, you can do it. I'm not going to even mess with you. I believe in you. Come on, let's go. We got much more to get into this morning, so I know you're not going to play around.
Lead to ordering strikes and then stood down. But I don't know.
Let me go ahead and hold this up for a second right here. Give me 1 second, because I do want to make sure that we're getting all this information here. Even though everybody doesn't care about what's going on in Iran, I get it, but still have to cover everything, you guys. Let's keep it moving. And this dude's acting up, so guess what? We got one, I think I'm gonna just keep moving forward now. What do we have over here? Okay, gotta keep it out of the country right now for a little.
If that's a final decision.
No, you had your chance, bro. You done blew your load. Now we're gonna get on over to where? Let's get on over to where Trump is talking about why he kept Mercado's Nobel Peace Prize. The Nobel Committee says even though she may have given him the Peace Prize, that does not change the person as far as like who they actually have written down in the history books as being the actual proper recipient. So just because she gave up her Nobel Peace Prize to the president does not mean that, it's his. It's just a gift.
After Venezuela's opposition leader Maria Corina Machado gifted her Nobel Peace Prize to President Trump, the president is now explaining why he accepted the medal that he did not win. NBC's Melody Zanota is traveling with the president. She is near his Florida estate. Mel, NBC News pressed him on this very question.
Yeah, President Trump is speaking very highly of Machado after she gifted him that Nobel Peace Prize. Trump has long coveted the award, and he felt snubbed when it went to Machado last year. But it is unusual, although not unprecedented, for the medal to be transferred to someone else. Yes.
Seems as if she tried to give up her Nobel Peace Prize as a measure to possibly be able to be instated as the president. Come to find out, she still didn't get that position. And he's saying that she's probably not going to get it. So thanks for the gift. But yeah, that's about it. Let's keep on moving forward in this.
Yesterday, our Garrett Hake asked the president why he'd accept someone else's award. Let's watch that moment.
Yesterday, you accepted Maria Machado's Nobel Prize medal. What do you intend to do with it, and why would you want someone else's Nobel Prize?
Well, she offered it to me. I thought it was very nice. She said, you've ended 8 wars, and nobody deserves this prize more than in history than you do. And I thought it was a very nice gesture. And by the way, I think she's a very fine woman, and we'll be talking again.
However, the Nobel Institute has said that while the medal can change physical ownership, it does not change who actually won the prize. Now, despite the symbolic gesture and kind words for Trump, he is still backing interim President Delcy Rodriguez to run the new government in Venezuela over Machado. But Machado will continue her meetings in Washington next week, sitting down with a bipartisan group of House lawmakers on Tuesday. Meanwhile, the president said late Friday that 50 million barrels of oil are coming into the United States from Venezuela, and he claims he didn't need to consult with anybody, not even the attorney general, to do it.
I promised myself that I would say every single thing on this topic just to make sure that I'm covering it. And I said as much as I thought that I should say about her giving up her Nobel Peace Prize, how she still didn't get the position of being the president, and the question of being, I had another question of, she's going to be coming to have meetings. Meetings about what when you're not the president? My question, meetings about what? You ain't got the job, so who cares about your meetings? Okay, well, unless you're going to just be some gung-ho person for your country, which is cool. Try to get some legislation going, maybe some bills passed, maybe some money. I don't know, but you're not the president and don't seem like you're going to be it. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Double tap that screen and get those likes up. There's a reason why I have this thing up here. What's this? Delcy revolts, anti-U.S. bloc returns to, I'm going to trust myself on this, from Caracas. After a CIA chief visits the White House, Mark Mercado after Trump snub. Okay, I'm going to trust myself on this one and just run it down. Must be something that was going to be good. So let's see what's going on here. Oh, yes. See, you got to trust yourself, brother. This is the other side of it now. Okay, cool. So now we've got, we got Mercado that gave away her Nobel Peace Prize to Trump. We got Machado. Wait a minute. Yeah. No. We got, we got Machado, who gave President Trump the Nobel Peace Prize. We have the other one, Machado and not Morocco. What's her name? Delcy. Okay, we got her. We got two different people right here. One that gave him the Nobel Peace Prize, and the other one who was told to be the president by Nicolas Maduro. Long story short, now that Trump has got the Nobel Peace Prize from the non-president, but the recipient of the Nobel Peace Prize, he put the other person is now in play as the president, but now this president is going to do deals with our allies. Not allies, but people that we got beef with. Is that right? Like Cuba, Russia. She's like, I still want to sell oil to all of those people. So that's kind of a snub right there, huh? You mean to tell me I got you all of this, get you back in the spot of being the president, and now you telling me you still want to sell oil to these people that we just shut this situation down? What's going on here, you guys? That's what I would really wanted to get out. Embraces America's nightmare. Anti-U.S. bloc returns to Caracas despite Trump's warnings. CIA gets reality check as Maduro's once two allies with U.S. worst enemies. They're gonna start talking soon. They're gonna start talking soon. See? She said she wants to build ties with Iran and Russia. No, she rejects the U.S.'s claims and builds ties with with Iran and Russia. Caracas says never on our knees. Mercado's snub now haunts Trump. You guys supposed to be talking around this place, right?
Venezuelan interim president Delcy Rodriguez forcefully declared Caracas' absolute sovereign right to freely select and cultivate international alliances according to national interests without external diktats during fiery televised address reaching millions across Cavista strongholds.
Right here.
Rodriguez categorically rejected all U.S. government claims demanding Venezuela dramatically limit or sever long-standing strategic ties cultivated with key ideological partners including Iran, Russia, China, and revolutionary Cuba throughout decades of anti-imperialist solidarity.
She's still gonna do her thing with them, y'all, and he done put her in power. Damn, that wasn't a good move. Maybe you should have let the person that gave you that Nobel Peace Prize go ahead and take the position. But hey, maybe it's working out for you in the long run. You probably got some ideas going. We're going to keep the story going and find out what the plan is. Just wanted you guys to see those little moves and intricacies right there. It's like you try to bribe somebody and it don't work and they put somebody back in the spot and then that person still stings you. Like, damn, homie. In high school, you was the man, homie. Let's keep on moving forward, y'all. We got to get on over to Washington where we got this, what's that? We got this new tax law. Oh boy, I want you guys to see this because it's very important. We got some filing going on coming up real soon, right? Income tax. All right, guys, and I want you to see another thing that I just found out about today. That no tax on tips. Yeah, after 25%, you're getting taxed. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's double tap that screen and get those likes up. I want you guys to see what's going on over here with this taxes and all these new laws when it comes down to filing your taxes. Pretty important information you're going to want to know.
Changes to your taxes this year. Brian Abel reports from Washington on what you need to know before you file.
Filing your taxes.
It's very confusing.
And even more so this tax season. Why? The passage of President Trump's signature law, the so-called One Big Beautiful Bill, that's ushered in a handful of tax changes. Let's highlight the big ones, starting with higher standardized deductions. For singles, it was $15,000.
For 2025, it goes up to $15,750.
SALT stands for state and local taxes, and it was a key sticking point during negotiations of the bill. There's a cap on how much in SALT one can pay depending on adjusted gross income.
The old law was a $10,000 cap. Now you can get anywhere from $10,000 to $40,000 in 2025.
But John Karp from accounting firm Whitley Penn says, don't forget how the standardized deductions factor in.
Remember, you got to first crest that hurdle of the standard deduction of $31,500 if you're married filing joint. So if you never can get to your itemized deductions, the state and local taxes don't matter anyway because it's an itemized deduction.
Another change is for all of the servers out there.
That's no tax on tips.
With some caveats.
You thought that was a good idea, huh?
No tax on tips is capped at $25,000 per return. So if you have a married filing joint couple, they only get $25,000. It's not $25,000 per person.
In Washington, Brian Abel reporting.
They will always find a way to try to take it right back. Here, let me give you that one right there. And then they're in your back pocket taking $3. They're handing you $1 like this, like, hey, take that. But they're in your back pocket taking out $3. Let's keep on moving it forward, you guys. Let's go. Because what in the world is Elon talking about when he says that we're not going to have to worry about retirement savings? It'll be irrelevant. He's really relying on AI right now. Let's see what he's talking about over here. Double tap that screen to get those likes up, you guys. Let's see what Elon has to talk about right now. Where you at, Elon? You over here? There you go. All right, let me get you out of here because we already finished that category right there, and let's keep moving.
We are talking about how the world's richest man says saving for retirement is pointless. Les?
Yeah, and when you're worth an estimated $700 billion, maybe your retirement is looking pretty secure, but for the rest of us,
for real,
it's a little bit dodgy. Nevertheless, Elon Musk is advising just that. He's telling people, yeah, don't worry about your retirement. There's no need to be saving money. Now, what we're talking about here is Musk saying in a recent podcast that AI and robots will usher in a world without want or need. What he said was, quote, don't worry about squirreling money away for retirement in 10 or 20 years. It won't matter. In the relatively near future, he said, quote, you can have whatever you want. Musk is, of course, heavily invested in both AI and robots, so he's not exactly a neutral observer here. In any case, pie in the sky prognostications notwithstanding, this is terrible advice. Whatever the benefits of AI and robots, nobody other than Musk is predicting a near future of abundance for all. In fact, most economists say that a retirement crisis is coming, with possibly half of all Americans having no retirement savings whatsoever.
What do you guys think about that? That was a real important statement right there, because you already living dollar to dollar, paycheck to paycheck. That sounds like the more reality of the story. And if we're not going to have savings, where are we getting money from? How are we going to buy food and pay rent and stuff like that? So yeah, maybe you guys got a couple ideas in the comments that you guys can tell me about, but I can't afford no robot right now to go AI and have it doing all of this stuff for me, taking up my work and all of that. Maybe Elon can, but let me see if anybody has any wise comments over here. Maybe they got some information for us that they think is going to happen. Oh, got to get to it. Okay, we won't be here in the next 20 or 30 years. He's not talking about our age, right? Exactly. He's not talking about us.
So contrary to Musk's advice, all retirement planners agree that what you should be doing is saving as aggressively as you can for your sunset years. And the earlier you start with that, the better. In fact, you'll probably need plenty of cash on hand to afford the robot that Musk wants to sell you.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Because you know everybody going to want that. If you don't get the Tesla, you're going to get the robot in the crib so you can be cleaning up and probably programmed to do all your work for you. Then maybe that's how he's talking about you don't have to worry about it no more. Maybe we have one robot that has AI, right? And we teach them to do our job. And then we make enough money to buy another one and a couple of different, I don't know what he's talking about. Anyway, you guys, let's get on over to another subject, but it's still on the same topic, of course, of money, 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 money. Because if the laws go through, guess how much money people like Beyonce, Mark Zuckerberg are going to have to pay in taxes for the billionaires tax that's coming up. That's right. How much will Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg owe California if the billionaire tax passes?
He said anything about that.
Check this out.
Yeah, so, Zuckerberg,
the billionaires
also
tax,
a tremendous amount of money. So I think there are about a dozen billionaires by our math that would owe over $1 billion in tax if the bill passes. Mark Zuckerberg is certainly one of them. He's worth $222 billion or so. He owes something like $11 billion. And he started Facebook not in California.
That's why everybody's talking about leaving now, you guys.
In Boston, but he moved it to Silicon Valley really in the early days, back in 2004. And Meta, Facebook's parent company, has been a California company ever since. They've acquired a bunch of other California companies too. He's given a lot of money to California causes. He's given $600 million to the University of California system, $75 million to San Francisco General Hospital. He owns all this real estate. He has real estate in Lake Tahoe, real estate in San Francisco. So he's very much a California billionaire right now. But he does own a lot of land in California, a bunch of property there, properties throughout the United States. So
he's stuck with all of that. That's kind of like, now that you own it, what you gonna do? Because even if you try to move, you can't uproot all of that and go somewhere else. Billionaires tax. I think Zuckerberg gonna be stuck there paying that $11 billion. Ooh, that's what 50 Cent was saying when he said that when you live in a state like New York and you make a certain amount of money, you almost going 50-50 with the state because of the high-end taxes that they always hit you with. Must be nice to be able to make that much money though, huh? Must be nice. Double tap that screen to get those likes up. Also, you guys, I appreciate it if you go ahead and hit that subscription button, hit that notification bell down there so that you know we're on, and we got to keep on moving. Keep on moving, just like Canada, because it seems like people are starting to get a lot of ideas and a lot of visions from what we're doing in the United States. Case in point, Canada. Their president says that they're about to cut 100% tariff deal with who? China. On this electrical car deal. Seems like they got a lot going on in different places all around us. And it seems like, if you notice it, a lot of our allies are doing business together. Let's double tap that screen to get those likes up, guys.
Canada has agreed to allow up to 49,000 Chinese electric vehicles into the Canadian market, with the most favored nation tariff rate of 6.1%. This is a return to the levels that existed prior to recent trade frictions. But it's a return under an agreement that promises much more for Canadians. It's expected that within 3 years, this agreement will drive considerable Chinese investment in Canada's auto sector, creating good careers in Canada and accelerating.
So as you see, they're trying to fortify their own situations without
our
the inclusions
progress
of the United States.
Towards a net zero future and the auto
again,
industry
with our allies,
of the
the people that
future.
we're not cool with.
And so I'm pleased today to announce that Canada and China have reached a preliminary but landmark trade agreement to remove trade barriers and reduce tariffs. By March the 1st, Canada expects that China will lower tariffs on Canadian canola seed to a combined rate of approximately 15%. China is a 4 billion canola seed market for Canadian producers, and this change represents a significant drop from the current combined tariff levels of 84%.
Trying to do his own separate deal to free itself of the tariffs of what the United States has implemented, so that they don't have anything to do with that, and now we got a separate deal going on with Canada. To be honest with China. Be honest with you, I think it's a smart idea. I ain't mad at them for doing business that way. You got to look out for your country. That's how it is. Trump even says the same thing. Do your boy a favor. Let's double tap that screen to get those likes up. And since we were talking about cars, we had 100+ car pileup on the Michigan highway yesterday that left drivers stranded for hours. Anybody out there was involved in this situation? Let me know if you have any information about it. Anybody was stuck in this? Because I know we have a lot of people from Michigan and all over that watch our show. This is drone footage of the actual account of what happened. This is Chicago at Midwest. The storm chasers are basically getting this content right here. So I want you guys to see this pileup, this happened. I'm talking about hours. If anybody knows about this from yesterday. Electric cars are a joke. The devil is a dragon. I seen it but wasn't in it. Trump. He doesn't look happily giving the report talking about tariffs. No, he does not. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. What's up, Warren? Double tap that screen, get those likes up. And I'm talking about this thing went for miles. I mean, I was saying to myself, what would you do? Get out and walk? Where you going? Like, what you gonna do? So yeah, I've been trying to keep as much information up on this, finding out what's going on. If there's any loss of lives or anything like that, but it seems like a pretty bad chain of events right there, especially that right there. You guys can actually see some of the collisions that happened. So yeah, definitely want to put a prayer up in the air for anybody that was involved in this situation here. Definitely, anybody's family members or anybody by way of. Just want to make sure that everybody's secure in this situation. We're going to keep on moving forward, you guys, and hopefully pray that nobody that we know or any of our friends had anything to do with this. got caught up in this situation. Let's keep on moving forward. We're going to go to Minnesota because I got some information from somebody that I know you guys really want to hear from right about now. Ilhan Omar. She states that the U.S. I don't even want to say that. I think I actually can say goddamn. I can say goddamn, right? She says that the U.S. goddamn states is and she says basically kind of disrespects the USA and an unhinged tirade. So let's go ahead and be fair. We got to give all sides, all parts, everybody the conversation and see what they have to say. Don't just want to be one-sided, you guys. That's what I say at the beginning of the show. So let's let everyone speak and see what she had to say. Because the other day we definitely heard from Mrs. Clark, but we didn't hear anything from Mrs. Omar. So I'm going to go into that.
It is appalling for our colleagues on the other side of the aisle to be okay for the president to carry out retribution here in Minnesota. It is appalling for our Republican colleagues to be okay for there to be cell detations in ICE for American citizens.
I think it's worse that you got the nerve to be screaming about some crap and you supposed to be only making $150,000 a year, but you and your husband is worth damn near $6 million and you still not holding no accountability about all of that money that was stolen, still trying to talk in one direction and ignoring that. So yeah, I'm gonna make sure I put that on the table too. U.S. Representative Ilhan Omar has created waves when she disrespected Americans during an unhinged rant during a Democratic field hearing. Omar called out Republicans and ICE for their actions in Minneapolis, Minnesota, but I don't really care about none of that crap because we already know it's all BS when it comes to that. And again, I'm gonna just tell you guys, it does not matter about a party. I'm a good judge of character. I don't like when people don't own the responsibility about something and then try to keep on going in one direction, like ignoring. That's like you trying to tell somebody something and they're just like this. Be ready to, yeah, you hear what I'm telling you. What's going on with that money? Go ahead and do that, double tap that screen to get those likes up. Maybe we can get some more people up in there, you guys. Let's go ahead and get on over to New Mexico. And you know who I'm about to bring up right now, right? Womp, 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 womp. Womp, 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 womp. Little House on the Prairie. I told you my grandmother used to make me watch that damn show. Yes, I know about Nellie Olson. I know about it all. Don't even get mad at me. Yes, I could tell you about Willie, all of them. I know. It's not my fault. It's my grandmother's fault. But guess what? I actually really liked some of those shows, and I thought that they were pretty good. And honestly, when you look at the acting, you don't see acting like that nowadays. That's one thing I can say. So yes, but this is not a good story. This is actually a story about her husband, Tim Busfield, who has now been getting bombarded with all sorts of accusations from minors about the number 6 assaults. Let's get into it real quick, you guys, and see what's going on with this. Because we got her as well as 75 other people who have written letters of support for this man right here. Let's keep on going.
Please take care of my sweet husband is the heartfelt plea by Melissa Gilbert to the judge. In a letter, the Little House on the Prairie actress writes, Tim Busfield is my love, my rock. He is my protector. I am his. But I cannot protect him now, and I think that more than anything else is what is truly breaking my heart. I only want this extraordinary man safe and whole. Melissa Gilbert is one of 75 people who've submitted letters of support to the judge as Timothy Busfield remains locked up in an Albuquerque jail awaiting tomorrow's bail hearing. Actress Patricia Wedded, who played Busfield's on-screen wife in the TV hit 30-something back in the early 90s, also wrote the judge, he is a wonderful man and I trust him completely. 30-something co-star actor Peter Horton says Tim is a good man. Busfield was arrested in Albuquerque 6 days ago for allegedly engaging in unlawful sexual conduct with twin brothers as a director on the set of the TV show The Cleaning Lady. He denies the charges. Today I spoke to attorney Jim Wicca, who represented a teen who worked as an extra on the 1994 sports film Little Big League, co-starring Busfield.
She was a 17-year-old young lady, a teenager, who was working on the set of a movie with Mr. Busfield, and some inappropriate conduct occurred.
In a civil lawsuit, the teenager claimed Busfield invited the extra into his trailer, assaulted her, served her alcohol, groped her. Busfield was never criminally charged and denied the allegations. Wicca says the lawsuit was settled. When you heard about these charges, these allegations,
the lawsuit was settled
against actor Tim Busfield, what was your initial reaction given your history with him?
My reaction was one of kind of just sick to my stomach that here we go again, and not complete surprise.
Steady trying to find a motive why he did what he did, but he got locked up. And if it's true, I hope they don't let him out. Don't let him out. He got locked up, can't let him out, no. Because you know what? If he did that, I'm sorry, because we love the children over here. We'll break into that one too. Like, I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. You know what I'm saying? We don't play that around here. We love the kids, you know what I'm saying? And when it comes down to these stories like that, we want to find out if it's true first. That's one thing that I learned about from doing this show. I try my best not to go out and automatically accuse somebody. It's really not good, and you really can get in trouble for that. That's number one. So I really try not to. I might give my opinion as strong as possible, like the way I talk about Kathy Joker Hoku. But when it comes down to allegations, I try to be really careful with that. So we're going to see. We're going to see where this goes. We're going to see where this goes. Let's keep on going. We got to get on over to Minnesota because we got the DOJ who puts Don Lemon on blast for joining an anti-ICE group and storming inside of a church. This is kind of crazy. I'm saying that people were only angry because of the white privilege is what Don Lemon said. The only reason that people were angry is because of your white privilege. I don't understand it. I can't call it, you guys. But you know what? Some people, they're just thunderunts like that. And just because they're a part of the same race, don't mean I believe anything that this guy has going on. Because I think he's a complete thunderunt myself.
Former CNN anchor Don Lemon has been warned by the Justice Department over allegations he joined a swarm of anti-ICE protesters who burst into a Minnesota church in the middle of Sunday service and accused a pastor of working with ICE. Lemon, who has been documenting the increasingly violent protests following the shooting of Renee Nicole Good, live-streamed himself alongside demonstrators with the Racial Justice Network, storming into the city's church in St. Paul, Minnesota, as they called out resident pastor David Eastwood, whom they accused of moonlighting as the acting field office director for ICE in the North Star State. David Eastwood is listed as an employee with the local field office. However, the Post could not independently confirm.
See, now one thing he know better than that couldn't have been no Southern Baptist church coming in there talking about ICE. And black folk would have been like, who the hell is this? I'm talking about people in the pulpit, congregation, choir. Boom, you would have been hearing all sorts of instruments and everything. They would have been hauling ass up out of a Southern Baptist black down south church. Trust me, they know where to go to do stupid stuff like this. They're not stupid, they're not dumb.
Whether he was the same person who heads up city's church. Eastwood was not at the Sunday service.
Exactly.
Some service disruptors chanted slogans heard at the dozens of other protests that have wreaked havoc around Minneapolis. While others specific.
No matter what your religion, you never disrespect anyone's worship while they're worshiping. Even crime knows that. Prisons know that because they have a chapel. There is a fine line between doing something like that. You don't do that. It's just out of respect for the person's religion. How we always have respect over here. We always respect people's religions. And that right there, that's not showing respect at all. No matter what your personal feelings are. It's basically going across the line. Do your boy a favor and double tap that screen to get those likes up. Once you guys, we're going to keep on moving forward. We got a lot more content coming this morning. It's Tuesday, y'all. Y'all know how we do it. Let's keep on moving forward right now. Because now there's no blame. This is pretty strange. Because from the father-in-law of Renee Good, the one that they're trying to get out and promote about and try to really get her name about, he wouldn't probably condone anything like this. He's a God-fearing man, and he basically says he has no blame on Renee Good's on her situation. I can't say specific words. I'm gonna let him say it. Let's double tap that screen and get those likes up, because all of the time when we do this, we like to get information directly from family, witnesses, or people that actually had something to do with situations. Anybody else can have their opinion, but that's just an opinion, and you know how opinions are. We all got one. Just like what? Double tap that screen, y'all. If you haven't subscribed yet, let's keep on moving forward. You guys subscribe and hit that subscription button.
Well, it has been over a week since the
I know. Come on, let's go. I trust you. I trust you. Come on. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. I'm telling you. I know you can. Need help? All right. I got you. Okay. Let's cut that 0 and we're gonna reload. Really want you guys to see this. Stay patient with me. I really appreciate that, you guys. Who's that right there? PJ Badu, $2 for the super chat. I really appreciate you because everything counts. Everybody,
What if I can build an app that works my way with?
everybody show some love for the $2 super chat. A brother, a little something for your efforts. Hey, that'll be something to go towards the coffee. That'll go towards the Starbucks this morning. Appreciate it. Let's go.
a week since the tragic death of Renee Good in that ICE-involved shooting in Minneapolis. And as violent protests continue across Minneapolis, and we just showed you some from last night, Renee's former father-in-law is speaking out about.
Come on, I'm trying to cheat, trying to get you guys some quality over here. I know y'all like, why is it so blurry?
Urging both sides to look to God after the loss. Tim Macklin Sr. joins us right now. Tim, good morning to you.
Good morning. Praise the Lord.
Indeed. Thank you for joining us. I know this is a tough time for your family. Your son, Tim, was married to Renee before he passed away a few years ago. I know you.
That's correct.
I know you've seen the video of what happened. You've talked to your family. You've spoken to people. What happened? What happened that day?
So this is the grandfather of her children.
Just a whole bunch of bad choices is what I see. I mean, we've all sinned and fell short of the glory of God. We've all made bad choices, and myself, I made multitudes of bad choices. And Trump's got a responsibility to take care of the country. I mean, God has put him in charge, control, but he's got to do it through the Lord. I think he's doing a great job. It's his responsibility to protect God's people in America. And I have no blame for anybody. I want to be a peacemaker. I just believe that, the Bible, I heard somebody say earlier that this is a spiritual warfare, and it is. It's not political, it's spiritual. The Bible said in the last days, it'll be kingdom against kingdom and nation against nation. And, we'll see the wars and rumors of wars and the hurricanes and tornadoes, and it's all happening. It's really... the way the Bible's fulfilling itself, I think it ought to be a wake-up call, realizing this stuff this nation is getting out of control. Yeah. Unless people turn back to God or repent, it's going to keep getting worse.
I gotta say he's right about that, because it's crazy, because it's everything he said just hit spot on. And that's why I wanted you guys to see and listen to what he had to say, because instead of listening to rioters, everybody else, at least we can get close as possible to the person that's actually one of the victims who lost their lives in this situation. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Double tap that screen and get those likes up. We're going to go over to Louisiana right now. We got multiple arrests that's been tied to the human trafficking in Baton Rouge. That's right, you guys. Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Yo, we're going to get on over there. We got an operation that's in a live apartment complex. And I know I don't want to say what I was going to say because I don't think it's funny, because sometimes you can say a joke about something, but I don't want to say a joke about something like this, because you never know who's got these women in these situations. Any other time it's like, oh, make a joke about it. But it's like, you know what? I'm probably going to chill out on that. And I wanted you guys to know that too, because certain instances, it's really not funny. You never know how some of these people become trafficked. You never know.
Michael, the investigation into one of the human trafficking rings started back in August of 2024, when deputies say they received a tip that someone by the name of El Perro, later identified as Jesus Lopez, was allegedly trafficking women out of an apartment near LSU.
El Perro is the dog. El Perro, the dog.
Last month, 4 homes were raided in connection to the operation. 1 in Harvey, 3 in Baton Rouge, including an apartment on Nicholson Drive, where deputies rescued 2 victims. Lopez and 3 of his co-conspirators were all arrested in connection to the operation. Residents who live near the apartment.
There's always some sumos that got to be the one that organizing everything. You know what I'm saying? Nasty ones that's down with it all. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna say, you know, something about the fact that they over there selling, and the people be like, oh, why did I miss out? But again, not funny, especially don't know how the people wound up over there. Exactly. Let's keep on going.
Department says it's unbelievable to hear something of this nature happening so close to home.
Something that close happening to you right there, close by you like that, you don't know a thing about it until you hear about it on the news or whatever, you know.
Dwayne Armland says he's been living in the area for 8 years, and he says it's a pretty peaceful neighborhood.
Sometimes you see little different activities going on around and makes you wonder what's really going on in this house and that house there, you know.
James Cassell says he works not too far from the Nicholson Drive apartment.
It's crazy to think that somewhere that close to where I work, that they have something like that going on. And I hate for the victims and people that have to go through it. I couldn't imagine going through something like that.
In a separate investigation, 40-year-old Murillo Vargas was arrested for allegedly trafficking women.
Terrible, this nigga here, man. You don't even know. You think, oh, okay, cool, everything is good. The next thing you know, yeah, you part of this crap. So it ain't all good, guys. I'm telling you. Y'all know what I'm trying to say.
I have an apartment.
Y'all know what I'm trying to say.
On Holt Avenue. That apartment, along with the home on Monticello Boulevard, were raided by deputies. Vargas and his wife were both arrested on Thursday. 3 more women were recovered from the Holt Avenue address. Attorney General Liz Murrow released a statement about the investigations, saying, quote, the Louisiana Bureau of Investigation, in collaboration with our local, state, and federal partners, will continue to aggressively pursue those who seek to harm the innocent. I will ensure that justice is served on behalf of the victims exploited by anyone engaged in a human trafficking network.
Yeah, because those are people that are like straight up against their will, that's been forced to do stuff, and the way that they do that is like they act like they're gonna get them a nursing job or being a maid or cleaning up somewhere, right? And then when they get them over here, they make them sign some sort of contract and say, hey, you guys, you owe us like $50,000. And we know where your family lives back home. So now you got to do this right here in order for us to let you get out in order to take care of your family and everything. And then those women are trapped up in there. That's why I said it's not funny when you think about going and dealing with situations like that, because that person is really at their last limb, and that's really terrible, tragic situation right there. I want to pray for everybody who was caught up in a situation like this ever. Want to pray for them to get strength and get 100% out of this, as well as whoever's involved in it to get what they deserve. And that's from you too, Lord. Get them where they deserve to get it. I appreciate you. Amen. Thank you. Got to send them downstairs? No problem. Because there's no way that they go into the upper room. That's right, y'all. Double tap that screen and get those likes up. Let's get on over to California, Orange County to be exact. We got a double murder. Trial starts on Monday for Isaiah. When y'all hear what Isaiah did, y'all not going to be too happy about this fool here. Let's go.
A murder case that shocked Orange County and led to changes to North Carolina's juvenile privacy laws is now heading to trial. Isaiah Ross is accused of killing 2 teenagers and leaving their bodies in a wooded area in 2022. CBS 17 Shep Dinesh joins us now with a closer look at the case. And Shep, this is expected to be an emotionally charged, lengthy trial.
That's right, and that trial is expected to last 2 to 3 weeks. Prosecutors are seeking life in prison without the possibility of parole for...
He needs to get more for the way he did it.
For Isaiah Ross, who they say shot and killed 18-year-old Devin Clark and 14-year-old Lyric Woods in September 2022.
While they was running
Jury
away.
selection set to begin Tuesday for the double murder trial of Isaiah Ross. Ross pleading not guilty to 2 counts of first-degree murder for the shooting deaths of Devin Clark and Lyric Woods in 2022. Prosecutors say Ross, then 17, shot each teen multiple times as they were running away. Investigators have described the shootings as execution style. The teens' bodies later discovered by ATV riders in a wooded area off Buckhorn Road near Mebane. Police arrested Ross in Delaware about 3 weeks later. He has been held without bond ever since and is being tried as an adult. New court filings are now offering a glimpse of who jurors could hear from during the trial. A recent motion shows the state, quote, reasonably expects to call 9 expert witnesses during the trial. This includes an FBI special agent, a forensic pathologist, and a forensic geologist. Now, this case has already sparked changes in state law following the weeks-long search for Ross. Devin and Lyric's law loosened juvenile privacy laws by allowing police to publicly release names and pictures of teens accused of serious felonies if a judge determines there is good cause and public safety risk. We'll have a crew at that trial and we'll bring you the latest as they become available.
Got that law that just was passed, and we got the other one from the situation that happened at the CVS, where certain stores have to give out information fast enough so that the police can know and get that information out so that they can hopefully find the person that did this tragedy. Double tap that screen. Let's get those likes up. Normally, of course, you know we're going to pray, but I have to do 2 of them at the same time. Sorry, we do. Because we have another one right after it, because we've got the follow-up to the story in Ohio where the dentist and his wife were pow-powed. We found out that it happened from the ex-husband. We want to keep on moving forward with this story. As soon as we get this story done, we're going to come back and get the prayers in. But this is the triple murder situation right here. The suspect was known in Osceola officials. I think this is a different one right here, but there's a couple, so I don't want to just stop on everyone. Sad to say, we got a section going on of things right here. We're going to get into this one right here. This is Kissimmee, Florida. I want you guys to see what's going on over here with this triple murder situation that just happened. Check this out.
This isn't the suspect's first arrest. Deputies say he shot up a gas station nearly 5 years ago. That case ended with an acquittal by reason of insanity. New tonight, a man whose car was left riddled with bullet holes that night in 2021 says he's horrified to hear of another shooting. Fox 35's Marie Edinger is the only local reporter to speak with him. She joins us now live. And Marie, the previous victim, says he recognized the suspect's name while watching the news.
That's exactly right, Manny. He had no idea Bojo was out on the streets again, and he kept saying how sad this story is. For him, that's in part because he says he could have predicted this might happen again. Litfula Normatov walked inside a Wawa in April of 2021 and heard gunshots.
It is scary, then it affects me like emotionally, you know.
Normatov says he helped women and children hide inside a storage closet, then went outside to help a man who was on the ground bleeding by the gas pumps.
They shoot 9 times to my car. They shoot the guy like 5 times.
That man incredibly survived, and the Osceola County Sheriff's Office arrested Ahmad Boja for the attempted first-degree murder of that random stranger, plus aggravated battery for the...
Crazy. This is bananas right here, y'all. Crazy. Come on, let's get the rest of it. Don't do it now.
Damage to Normatov's car. But in the end, Boja was found not guilty by reason of insanity. That means Boja and his attorney admit he committed the crime, but because of a mental illness, he either didn't understand the consequences or didn't know what he was doing was wrong. It's a statute Florida's Attorney General told Fox 35 he wants changed.
At the end of the day, we need dangerous people, we need murderers, we need violent offenders locked up and away from our children, away from society as long as possible.
The doctor evaluating Boja found at the time of that plea, he no longer met the criteria for involuntary commitment to a state mental institution, which requires a substantial likelihood the defendant will inflict serious bodily harm on himself or another person. Attorney General Uthmeyer wants a new law to require commitment to a mental institution instead of jail if you plead insanity.
If there's risk of them harming others, we need to ensure they're locked up.
It took Normatov a while to recover after Boja's attack.
I sold my company because I couldn't handle it, you know. So it took me like 6 months to become myself.
He tried to disconnect. He didn't know about Boja's insanity plea until I told him. And he didn't know Boja was out of jail until he saw him on the news, accused of killing 3 men in cold blood.
The person shoots once in the public. Who knows? He's gonna shoot again.
That judge needs to be checked into, man. Like, they need to do something about that prior thing too, because like he should have never been out. He should have never been out in the first place. Oh, that was a follow-up story. You guys remember yesterday we started that story about the 3 people that he pow-powed. Had no idea that he had did something prior. do me a favor and double tap that screen to get those likes up. I'd like to pray for the victims of this situation right here, as well as the one right before it, you guys, the one that's in the gas station. Double tap that screen to get those likes up. Also, I want to pray for the souls, the family. I want to pray for anybody affected by this situation. And Lord, please keep on continuing to watch over us as well as everybody in this chat. Amen. It just goes to show you how precious life is. I mean, he was just walking doing this. Just walking doing this. And how do you let somebody out on an insanity if they pled insanity to powing somebody? So it went against everything that I thought the other day when they said that sometimes when they plead insanity and they put them in the hospitals, it's harder to get out of that than it is to be the case. Because it seems like he slipped through the cracks on this one. Oh man, let's keep on going, you guys. Double tap that screen to get those likes up. What is this, the HPD thing with the violent car jail snacking that ends in a deadly krills nash? Downtown Houston, attempted kills now jacking. Yep, got another one, you guys. Let's go. Downtown Houston. I think that's this one right here. Yep, craziness right here. Let's go. Double tap that screen, get those likes up. Houston, come here.
Breaking news we've been following this morning out of downtown Houston. A violent attempted carjacking ended in a deadly crash and now a murder charge. Police say it all unfolded near Travis and Lamar just before 1 this morning. KPRC 2 News reporter TJ Parker is live downtown with what investigators are revealing. TJ, good morning.
It's a day old.
Good morning, Kathy. Police tell us this all started as a disturbance which quickly escalated into a deadly chain of events. Police have been out here for a better part of the morning. You can see there right now a wrecker taking away one of the vehicles involved in this deadly chain of events and this crash that happened here on Travis Street. We're in between Walker and McKinney. Several vehicles were...
It's like you can make something up now. Oh, okay, so they're going to make a report about 3 people. The car going to do this. Blah, blah, blah. It's going to wind up upside down. Wait a week or two. AI, like it's like real life is AI right now, and it's going to happen.
Involved at least 3. And we just spoke with a woman who lives in a high-rise nearby who heard the crash. Here she is explaining what she saw early this morning.
And I heard the big old crash. It was already like 12:30, 1 a.m. So we were asleep. I checked out my window and I saw that one of the, I guess, cars was flipped over.
Grand Theft Auto,
There's about
real
3
life.
people surrounding it.
So investigators say just before 12:50 this morning, a woman was sitting in her Ford Edge when she got out after believing a family member was involved in a disturbance nearby. Police say one of the agitators jumped into her SUV with her 12-year-old son still inside and tried to steal it. The mother tried to stop the suspect but was shoved out of the car and may have been struck as it sped away. The child managed to escape from the passenger side before the suspect took off northbound on Travis at a high rate of speed. Police say the suspect clipped a Toyota pickup, then slammed into a Kia Soul, causing it to roll over. The driver of the Kia was sadly pronounced dead at the scene. The suspect was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The child was not hurt, and the mother was injured but stayed on scene to assist investigators. Now back out here live as we take a look as they are working to take away this Ford Edge, which I believe is the first vehicle involved in this morning's carjacking. Now, crash reconstruction teams are also now working with the Harris County DA's office. The DA's office has accepted murder charges as the investigation out here continues.
I want to see a photo of this person. I'm gonna get some information on this person. We're gonna keep on moving forward in this Houston topic right here to see who this fool was, and I want to know how old he was too. Sounds like a movie. It sounds like something that I would have did in Grand Theft Auto, the video game. Double tap that screen and get those likes up. You guys also want to pray for the person that lost their lives in that Kia Soul that got hit with a head-on collision. And I just want to pray for their family as well as anybody involved in it, that they can get through this tragedy in Jesus' name. I'm sorry, in the Lord's name. The kingdom, the wisdom, the power, and the glory. Amen. Can't say Jesus. I know that's the Son. Let's keep on moving forward. Also, what I want to say is this. We have to be more appreciative of life and understand that anything can happen at any time. Not fear-mongering, but that's why I appreciate life so much, and why I just go on a tirade sometimes, and why I wear suits for no reason. Because guess what? You might as well. You only live once, and you better do your best. Enjoy your life and just appreciate. That's all I can tell you guys. Appreciate your life, every single moment of it, because it is a blessing. Because you have to be here. Let's get on over to that Ohio situation that I owe you guys from that dentist and his wife. It's the follow-up about that double murder suspect. And it was, well, allegedly they're saying that it has something to do with her ex-husband. Let's get into it, you guys.
All right, switching gears here, the man accused of killing his ex-wife and her dentist husband is still waiting to be extradited from Illinois to Ohio, with his status hearing set for Friday. Michael McKee is facing
He was jealous, huh?
aggravated murder and burglary charges over the December murders of Spencer and Monique
He was
Tepe.
jealous.
Police have linked the 39-year-old surgeon to their deaths through surveillance video captured near the crime scene. Officials say they also found a firearm in the suspect's home. Join me now to break down all of this for us is Fox News contributor and criminal defense attorney Donna Rotuno. Donna, thank you so much for joining us. Great to see you. So the latest here is this hearing, the status hearing that is set for this week into these horrific crimes. What can we expect to take place there?
So this is kind of a routine hearing that we're going to see on Friday. We're hoping that Dr. McKee is extradited in time. I know originally they were talking about him coming today, and then that wasn't going to happen. So it looks like it's going to be Friday the 23rd. I expect him to enter a plea of not guilty. I know when he appeared before the judge in Illinois, he was yelling that he's not guilty, but he will enter a plea when he goes before the judge in Ohio, which is where he needs.
So just to come to find out, he's a doctor as well. Didn't even know that.
To do that. After that, we're going to just have probably give him a quick date and move on. I wouldn't be surprised if at some point there's some mental health issue raised here, because otherwise this really makes no sense. We've heard nothing about a motive. We're getting little bits and pieces as time has gone on here. I'm hoping that when he goes before the Ohio court, we will learn more about potentially what their evidence is showing.
You ever hear about jealous rage? Seeing all them pictures on Facebook of them looking like they love, exciting and new. He over there stewing in his own brew because he lost her. Yeah, it's a whole bunch of reasons why men to do something like that. Talking about they have no motive. They ain't got no motive. Facebook, Instagram. I'm talking about they looked so happy together. It was beautiful, you guys. And they had 2 children as well that were in the home when this happened. Want to pray for them as well as their children, that they're able to get through this tragedy and get them some strength to keep on moving forward. And let's get to the solutions and find out exactly what happened with this case, you guys, because we've been following it. Amen. Let's keep on moving forward to Mexico. Let's keep on going, you guys. Who's been on the run since 2016? A man was wanted in connection with the murder of a former co-worker in Charlotte, North Carolina. He's been on the run, or should I say he or she? What do you guys take on this photo right here?
The FBI has finally captured a 10 most wanted fugitive who had been on the run since 2016.
That's probably why they couldn't catch him.
This man was wanted in connection with the alleged murder of a former co-worker in Charlotte, North Carolina. Christina Coleman has the story from Los Angeles. Christina.
Look like a
John, a man who was on
right?
the FBI's 10 most wanted fugitives list for years was arrested on Friday in Mexico. Authorities identified the suspect as Alejandro Castillo, a 27-year-old who was born in Arizona with family ties to Phoenix. He was wanted in connection to the 2016 murder of his former co-worker, 23-year-old Sandy Lee Lay, in Charlotte, North Carolina. Authorities say Castillo was 17 years old when he allegedly killed Lay. The two worked at a restaurant together. The FBI says their investigation uncovered text messages that showed he agreed to meet up with Lay on August 9th of 2016 to pay her money that he owed her for a loan. He owed her approximately $1,000. Authorities say instead of paying Lay, Castillo killed her, as FBI officials explained on a podcast detailing this case. They believe Castillo fatally shot Lay sometime after forcing her to withdraw money from an ATM.
Looking like a young Roseanne Barr in the face.
Afterwards, investigators believe Castillo drove Lay to a wooded area outside of Charlotte, where he allegedly shot her in the head and dumped her body in a ravine.
Authorities say Castillo fled the scene in Lay's car and left it at a bus station in Phoenix on August 15th of 2016. He was seen on surveillance video crossing the border in Nogales, Arizona into Mexico the next day. Also, 2 other people were arrested the following year for accessory charges related to murder in connection to this case. Authorities searched the following locations for Castillo. They looked a lot of places. A collaborative investigative effort between multiple agencies, including the police, the FBI, the State Department, and the Mexican government, led to Castillo's arrest. The FBI says investigators never gave up the hunt for justice, and they hope Castillo's arrest can bring Lay's family some level of solace.
Got him. That's right, you guys. That's right. That was a good team right there. Good detectives. They went and left no stone unturned to go catch the lookalike of the young Roseanne Barr face. He's like, you know what? I'm going to act like a girl and I'm going to get up out of here. Yeah, but guess what? You still got caught. We ain't say it all day, you guys. Y'all ready? 1, 2, 3. Watch your head. And now you're taking that long ride back. And now you're on a plane and they're on your legs too. So you're shackled. And then you're looking at everybody. I wonder where this person is going when they get off the plane. Well, I wonder where that person's going. Because you know where you're going, right? You know where the hell you're going, right? You're going to get locked up for taking somebody's life for $1,000. Damn shame, man. Try to get up out of here, but you know what? You got what you deserve, and hopefully they give them and bring them all the way to justice. Want to pray for the person that lost their lives in this tragic event? That's right. Amen. Let's keep on moving forward because I'll be doing it all day. We got an 18-year-old over here, Jan Cartwright. Guess what? They found him. They have finally found Jay Cartwright. So now I can say what I was going to say yesterday. I think Jai Cartwright, I think he got a little bit of sugar in his tank. And probably met somebody online and went out to California, allegedly, and he 18 years old. So he said, Mom, I'm good. Can't tell him nothing. So guess what? He called and said, I'm good. So maybe he found him a little boyfriend. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because he already called and checked in. He's 18 years old, can't do nothing to him.
Now to an update on the story we've been following. We just learned that 18-year-old
Then he got a boyfriend. That's what I think it is.
Jamez Cartwright has been located. That's according to his family. A police source tells us the teenager contacted his family and said he was safe.
Why y'all got me all on the news?
Cartwright was last seen Monday leaving for school in Southwest Philly. His phone pinged in California. His mother says he has a learning disability, and she was worried he was lured by a man through online gaming.
That boy ain't got
We're
no
still
learning
working right now
disability.
to learn where he was found and the circumstances surrounding his disappearance. But once
that boy ain't got no learning disability, he's trying to learn some other stuff a couple of thousand miles across state.
again, that young man has been found.
Country. Yeah, he already made the phone call.
Now to an update on.
Try to talk about he ain't been found. He called. He 18 years old. That's it. He called and said that he was with his boyfriend. He called and so you don't have to look for him no more, mommy. She was stressed out too, all in the hospital. She was in the hospital in the emergency room, y'all. How you gonna scare your mother like that when she's so scared? You got her in the hospital not knowing where you at. I think it's time to come on out the closet. Need to come on out the closet, brother. Now, if I'm wrong about that, allegedly. Come on, let's keep it moving forward. Gotta take a little sip of this water right here. Thank you so much, All Truth. Yo, Boo, just want to thank you, the best news online on YouTube. That's right, that's us. You are a real one. God bless you, bro. Thank you so much. And it's because of us, not me. Y'all know what I'm about to do right now just because of that. First, we're going to thank you for the $20, and we're going to say we appreciate that, right? And then I want you to know that there's no me without you. I already told you, if I was doing these antics, talking like this, they'll be done bust in the room and hit me with the white jacket. Let's keep on moving forward to St. Louis. Very serious situation. Something that you're not even going to believe. I might make it into a movie. Telling you right now, because if I don't, one of y'all better. Something that you would not believe happened. That's right, in Riverview, St. Louis, the mayor. Let me try to get these words to flow. Let's go. The mayor of the city of Riverview is under arrest. and has been charged with multiple crimes. Investigators say that his victims are minors, which also concerns that there has been a lot more victims, and he's been using his power to intimidate people. And right about now, he locked up. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. I want you guys to see what's going on with this, because this is something that I'm talking about. You might as well put it in a movie.
Riverview Mayor Mike Cornell was back in court today, a day after being charged with 9 felonies, including statutory sodomy, attempted sodomy, harassment, and possession of child pornography. But as those criminal charges move forward, new reporting shows a trail of civil lawsuits that were already stacking up against Cornell and the town of Riverview. 5 on your side's Megan Kernan is live outside the St. Louis County Courthouse in Clayton after looking into those court records. Megan.
Kelly, Mayor Mike Cornell faced a judge for the first time since yesterday's felony charges. But before those criminal charges were ever filed, court documents show that at least 7 civil lawsuits had already been filed against the mayor, the city of Riverview, or both, all within the last 2 years.
Thank you so much.
Now, court records show 2 former Riverview employees filed 2 separate lawsuits accusing Mayor Cornell of sexual harassment. Riverview's former police chief also sued Cornell and Riverview, alleging wrongful termination and retaliation. Other lawsuits were filed by a former alderwoman, the fire department that services Riverview, a national individual rights nonprofit, and an Illinois man who says Cornell improperly issued him a subpoena over a social media comment. All 7 cases remain in active litigation.
When anyone in a position of power abuses their power, it really it hurts the trust of anybody who has any kind of authority, and it's really a sad situation with somebody who is trusted by the public abusing that.
Megan, you mentioned those 2 lawsuits filed by former city employees. What are they alleging?
Kelly, in both lawsuits, both former Parks and Recreation employees allege sexual harassment and retaliation by Mayor Cornell. Now, one of those suits was filed by Brandon Evans, which says he was hired in June of 2023 and fired just 4 days later after repeatedly rejecting alleged sexual advances. The other was filed by Cornelius Thompson, alleging a hostile work environment, inappropriate touching, and that he was suspended and later fired after refusing those advances. Now,
a lot of lawsuits going on, and again, what do we always say here? Where there's smoke, there's fire. If you got more than one of these situations where people are claiming that you did something and it's kind of similar all along the same lines, 9 times out of 10, yeah, you probably did this. And then you try to use your authority and your power to silence people.
Now, we emailed Cornell's lawyer a few hours ago and are waiting for a response back. Evans' case is set for a jury trial in July, while Thompson's case has not been scheduled yet. Live in Clayton, Megan Kernan, 5.
I don't know if I should what I should believe right now, because Cat Williams did say this is going to be the year where everybody's going to get it. You never know who's going to come out that you find out something. And boy, has this year been eventful. Last year was eventful. I'm sorry. This year, he said last year, but this year has been eventful, and it's only the top of the month. Let's keep on moving forward to Detroit, where this man was charged with orchard, with a T on the top. Number sexual assault, and found pow, 7 times after a week later. Sometimes when you do people wrong, it comes back to you. Sadly, he's still around. And I hate to say it that way, but some people, and I'm not gonna say the rest. Double tap that screen to get those likes up. But when you hear what these people have to say about this Detroit criminal, you're gonna probably agree with me. Let's go, y'all.
This brutal attack went on for hours against this poor woman in her own home. Allegedly, DeKenta Parchman beat her repeatedly and sexually assaulted her with a hair straightener that was turned on.
The crime scene photos in and of itself, I think, speak to the significance of this assault.
Torture, criminal sexual conduct, and assault.
You see this fool's face? You see this? Like,
To a 30-year-old Dekenta Parchman is charged with for terrorizing an ex-girlfriend late last month at this Van Buren Township apartment. Investigators tell Fox 2 he showed up at his ex's house drunk and started punching her in the face. Then he smashed ashtrays over her head and continued to violate her using a hot hair straightener. The beating went on with an extension cord and more blows to her head. After about 3 hours of this agony, she was able to escape to a neighbor's place where they called police. But before they got there, Parchman allegedly stole her car and left. Earlier this week, the U.S. Marshals tracked him to Taylor. He was in a car when he was arrested with 7 bullet wounds that hadn't been treated. They came.
You see the tattoo under his neck? That's the affiliation with his Gill's name. Just read it out. You guys see what that spells, right? The H, and then it's got the word under it. Basically, you can't. It is what it is. It's right there, plain as day on your neck.
From some kind of shootout in Inkster during his time on the run, something he brought up in court Tuesday.
I got shot 7 times Sunday.
Good. Should have caught you 9.
And I still got bullets in there that's supposed to get out in my hand. I'm supposed to get surgery.
Leave it in
my knee. My leg broke.
Parchman, no stranger to the prison system, serving time for unlawful imprisonment, drugs, and a home invasion. The woman who he attacked spent several days in the hospital and is still recovering from her serious injuries. A judge gave Parchman a $250.
I'm gonna tell you one thing. That's a face not even a mother could love. He looked like that frog off of "We're brothers, we're happy, and we're singing, and we're colored." He looked like the Toad. Oh Lord, you see his mouth? Look like the Joker. Lord, like not even a mother could love. He'd be like, "Well, that's my baby." Hold on a minute. Y'all got a scarf or something I can put on his face? Call it what you want. That motherfucker ugly. He ain't ugly. He fugly. You know what that mean? Fucking ugly. That motherfucker there. But how you get a girlfriend? Y'all really don't care about looks out there, females, huh? Y'all all think about the heart. Oh my God, he has such a nice heart. That fool there, boy. That's a face only a mother could love. Let's keep on moving forward right now, because we got this fool, this other suspect that was in custody and loses his life after the concealed pow goes off in the back of the police car. That's right, you guys. Trying to hide it. Next thing you know, you get caught with it, and boom, it's over.
And that breaking news out of Yulee tonight, a suspect is dead after the Nassau County Sheriff's Office says a concealed gun
went off while he was in the back of the car.
Went off while they were sitting in the back of a patrol car. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm Jeannie Blaylock.
And I'm Anthony Austin. I want to show you where this is happening right now. This is in the area of State Road 200 and Jean Lassire Boulevard. This is near the Circle K and an Aldi grocery store. Our Zach Wilcox is joining us live from the scene right now. And Zach, I understand police just cleared out the area in the last few minutes.
Yeah, Anthony, about 10 minutes ago, we saw all the deputies' cars that were out here in FDLE cars clear out, which is kind of shocking because when we first arrived just before 5 o'clock, there were quite a few out here. They even had this black fence up wrapping around the scene that they were investigating. Now, the call initially came in around noon to the Culvers. That's a couple of blocks away from where I'm standing. At that Culvers, they had a call about a stolen vehicle out of Southwest Florida. A deputy arrived and made an arrest of a suspect who was suspected of stealing that vehicle. As you mentioned, while that suspect was in the car, there was a shot that went off from a concealed gun.
They got to investigate
the number one question
this.
that we're trying to answer right now is if that suspect was patted down in any capacity, or
Couldn't
if there were
have
any
been.
policies that were followed before that arrest was made. Nassau County Sheriff's Office told us they're investigating that. They have FDLE investigating that as well. And we talked with some folks in this area. We talked with a driver of a truck who was parked at the gas station. He said he heard that gunshot. He was in the back of his truck, came out, and then saw all of the different the flashing lights and all the different deputies that came pulling up after that. And we also talked with an employee at the Aldi's who mentioned it was an extensive addition to his commute into work, and he was shocked to hear the details of this case.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Whatever police officer put him in the back of that cruiser, he didn't do a good job of searching him, because that's the first thing that you're supposed to do when you get somebody in your cruiser. Before you even put him in the cruiser, you're supposed to search them. So yeah, he's gonna probably get in trouble for that. Definitely gonna probably get in trouble for that. Do me a favor, y'all, double tap that screen to get those likes up. I had to open up the chat right there. Definitely want to pray for that person no matter what, because he still lost his life in the back of that cruiser, and nobody deserves to lose their life that way. I don't know if he took his own life or whatever, but pretty tragic. Still want to pray for him. Amen. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Where we going over? Where we at right now? We got the drones. Are we gonna do that? Nope. We're gonna go into the mom, because they say that women are stronger than men. And I don't mean like lifting weights and something like that, but I would say spirit, I would say drive, I would say ambition, I would say inner mom. You know, when the baby get hit by the car and they go over there and lift up the whole car and people looking at the lady like, where'd you get that energy from? That's what I'm talking about. The reason I bring this story up right now is because it's really good for all of us to understand that you never know, even in any capacity, you may need to be helped. I think it's very important for certain people to learn certain things, especially when you have little children and when you have a family. Certain things like what? Heimlich maneuver. Certain things like, preventing fires, as far as like other stuff like fire extinguishers, safety ways of getting in and out, teaching each other how to get out of places and stuff like that when it comes down to it. Actually doing your own fire drills. That's what kind of person that I am. That's why I'm saying about this story that's coming up right now, where we got this pregnant mom who performs a Heimlich maneuver to save her husband from eating a piece of, what was that? I forgot what was one of those, did he have a hot dog and a piece of, I'll let them tell it. Let me let you guys see this right here, how he choked and basically how his wife came to the rescue. Let me open up the screen right here. She would never expect for this to happen. Mozzarella stick. Let's go.
A hungry dad digs into dinner. Suddenly, there's a major problem. A mozzarella stick is lodged in his throat. He's choking. His stunned. As dad bends over the trash can, she comes over to help. She slaps him on the back, but the mozzarella's still stuck.
Are you okay?
He's not.
Oh my God.
Now, pregnant mom jumps into action with the Heimlich maneuver, but her 6-month baby bump is in the way. She has to turn her belly to the side to save her husband and protect their unborn child.
Are you okay?
It works. Mom comforts the kids as dad catches his breath. I spoke to hero mom Samantha Matthews and husband Dan. We see you choking on a mozzarella stick. What the heck happened?
I was eating a chili cheese dog and a mozzarella stick. It's kind of my go-to.
He layers the mozzarella stick on top of the coney and cuts it up and eats them together.
Say what? I tried Dan's dinner. Here's the chili cheese dog. Here's the mozzarella stick. I'm putting it on top. Looks delicious. Time for a bite. Yep. It's a mouthful.
I was chewing it up, go to swallow, and part of the mozzarella stick stayed in my mouth. The other part that I was trying to swallow went down, but they were attached by the melted cheese.
When he went like this, I was like, oh no, because I'm slapping his back trying to help him. In a
I'm sure he ain't come out of the garage before he went and did all that, because that seems like a munchie trick right there, homeboy. He was probably... You coming in the party with the spliffers and see, that's the other place where I really want to be. He said, I'm lit right now. I'm going to put a hot dog with a mozzarella stick on top. Yeah, I'm going to do that. And look what happens.
A second,
I
I have
don't
to
mean to
think,
laugh
how do
at
I
him.
do this? Also, I'm pregnant, so I try to do it, and then I realize I have to turn sideways because my belly's in the way. That was traumatic, and now that we're on the other side, we can have a little laugh. I was like, this is not happening right now. This is not the way Dan's going out. Oh my God.
Homeboy came up with the munchie trick. That's what you come up with stuff like that when you had a little bit too much to, I can feel it. Yeah, he was lit. I said, let me go ahead and mix this chili dog with a mozzarella stick and I'm going to town. He was, yeah. Luckily she was there to save him, y'all. Double tap that screen to get those likes up. We got to get on over to this 7th grader. We're in our hero section. That's what we're going to do today. We're going to ride it out the good way. Yep, you guys are going to love this. We got a 7th grader. You ain't going to believe this. Bus driver, driving the bus. All of a sudden, bus driver unconscious. Only person is on the bus that has any mind to do something is a 7-year-old student. Check this situation out right here. Double tap that. I'm sorry, 7th grader. Double tap that screen to get those likes up. You guys, it's our bottom line. Let's get it.
You know, we live in a world of see something, say something, and this middle schooler did something. His school bus driver fainted behind the wheel, and this brave boy jumped.
Already heard what he did, right? Brave boy, brave. Come on now, give it up for him. Come on now, don't mess up. Let's get it. I want y'all to see this. Come on, you can do it. Unless I gotta reload. You want me to reload it? I guess so. Sometimes it happens like that. We deep into the show, you guys, but I still really want you to see little good stories like this. I love people to see, love you guys to see the good stuff as well as all of the
every day, people just like
the sad stuff
you
as
launch
well.
global brands from their bedroom. The barriers are gone. You don't need permission.
That's
You know,
what
we
I
live in a
wanted.
world of see something, say something, and this middle schooler did something. His school bus driver fainted behind the wheel, and this brave boy jumped up and brought the bus safely to a stop. Les Trent has more.
It's the dramatic school bus video that's earning this youngster nationwide accolades.
A 7th grader in Michigan is earning praise for his heroic actions on a school bus.
The middle school student being hailed as a hero.
The video begins as the bus driver starts feeling faint. There are 60 students on the bus. First, she fans herself with her cap. Then, radio's headquarters. But before the driver can pull over, she loses consciousness. That's when 13-year-old Dylan Reeves jumps into action and saves the day. He runs forward, grabs the wheel, and applies the brakes. Cool as a cucumber, he brings the bus to a halt. Here he is in slow motion. You can see how calm Dylan is the whole time. He even tries to put the bus in park. Now he's getting the hero's treatment at his family's home outside Detroit, and from lots of others too.
I am so proud of Dylan.
The school superintendent honored this modest young man at a news conference with his mom, dad, and sister.
To do something like this just fills my heart.
There were 60 students on that bus.
We got a little hero. Dylan says he wants to be a fireman someday, but he's already a hero.
That he is. The bus
I think he's already a hero myself.
driver is currently in the hospital recovering.
Yeah, double tap that screen. Let's get those likes up, you guys. If y'all appreciate the content from what y'all just saw, come on now. This is our hero section. You know you like that. You got to give it up for the young guy, 7th grader, and they're talking about. Seventh grader, 13 years old. That means that he's almost out of school soon. I think he should go ahead and start training to be a fireman because he's a perfect person to do it. Let's go ahead and show some love and a good prayer for him. And we don't only pray for the bad stuff, Lord. We pray for the good stuff. And we thank you for being there on time because we know that that would not have happened if you would not have been there. That's right, you guys. Amen. Double tap that screen and get those likes up. We got to keep on moving forward. I got a question. I know we've all had odd jobs. We've all had all types of different jobs. McDonald's. You probably flipped some burgers somewhere before. Let me ask you a question. You ever think about working at a movie theater? How many people here, we get a lot of people. How many people here have actually worked at a movie theater? You ever thought about that before? You ever thought about being on a cleanup crew? I know you wouldn't want to go in that bathroom, but what about all the stuff that they possibly find after you leave the movie theater? And you're like, oh, my cell phone, my wallet. Yeah, check this out, you guys. It may be a job that you might think is pretty bad, but you might actually want to get this job.
Movie theater only pays about $3,000 a month. A lot of people still love this job, and the reason is simple. For many cleaners, every shift feels like a treasure hunt instead of regular work, which makes time pass much faster. After a movie ends, theaters are left covered in trash, and it usually takes 1 to 2 hours to clean everything up. To work faster, cleaners often use blowers to clear the floor, pushing cups, popcorn, napkins, and wrappers aside. And that's when hidden money starts showing up. Cash that slipped under seats suddenly gets blown out into the open. That's easily the best part of the job. Finding forgotten bills, loose change in cup holders, and sometimes even wallets left behind on seats makes the work way more fun and rewarding. If luck is really on your side, you might even pull a pair of AirPods straight out of the trash. Some guys find money just by bending down for a second. By the time they clock out, they've already collected a nice stack of extra cash, making the day feel totally worth it. So the question is, would you want a job like this?
Okay, that's the real question. You guys double tap that screen. Let me know. Thumbs up if you would take a job like that. You know, when you were a teenager, not now, but if you were a teenager somewhere around maybe your teens or 20 years old, would you have taken a job like that? You see my thumb is already up. Yes. Count me in. Count me in. I'm taking it. What about you guys? I'll take that job. Let me know what you think about that. I know it's a pretty strenuous job. Probably got to be cleaning up behind people, all the crap that you probably got to find. But hey, probably good with the tips. Let me see. Okay, you know this. You know this, man. I know exactly what you're talking about. Diggity says, word, not sure. You know this. Why do people have to be that messy stuff? They actually don't even have to be that messy. You're right. $5 super chat, you guys. Thank you so much. GML, are you related to the famous actor Brain Pumper? I don't know anybody named Brain Pumper. And if you're talking about that porno star that's been arrested for messing around with those minors, that's why you got to do your research before you make jokes. I know what you mean by it, but no, I am not any kin to Brian Pumper. All right, let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Double tap that screen to get those likes up. And hey, sometimes if you're a good guy and you give people their money back, you might get a reward. Case in point, 17-year-old right here found someone's wallet, decided to give it back, and guess what? I'm gonna show you guys how much money this guy actually got. Watch this.
A California teen performed a good deed by...
We in the hero section, you guys. We doing this the right way. We sending it out the right way because we had enough negativity going on. We're gonna do it right. This fool want a commercial, I think. Same thing it's been doing. Or you gonna play or you want a commercial? Because that's the last thing you did the last time. Definitely want you guys to see this. Hold on a minute. Something that I definitely want you guys to see, because you don't see teens. Again, we haven't seen a lot of teens doing stuff like this in our previous clips.
A California teen performed a good deed by driving to a woman's house to return a lost purse.
There's hope for our younger generation.
Yeah, I'm going to try to get in front of this. There's hope for our younger generation. Okay.
Melina Marquez says a teenager rang her doorbell after he found the purse in a shopping cart at a grocery store. The driver's license inside belonged to her friend, Eliana Martin, who used to live with her but hadn't updated her address since moving out.
So my aunt heard the ring go off, and so she opened the door and received the purse. She was a little confused.
It was in the parking lot.
In the parking lot?
Yeah.
When Melina heard what happened, she was shocked.
So I asked my aunt, I said, did you get his name, or did you at least give him like 20 bucks? Excuse me. And she's like, no, I didn't know. And I was like, oh my God, we have to find him.
The women posted the doorbell video to social media, and lots of people in San Diego shared it. Eventually, 17-year-old Adrian Rodriguez reached out to identify himself as the Good Samaritan. When asked why he went out of his way to return the purse,
he answered, my mom's told me since I was little to always do the right thing, even when no one's watching. So that was nice. Also, he said, if I lost my stuff, I would want somebody to bring it back to me. So, 2 good reasons.
The women also had a surprise for him because many of their friends and family reached out wanting to reward him.
If you found him, I put 20. If you found him, I put 50. Yeah. So I told that Melina, okay, let's do GoFundMe.
The women set out to raise $1,000 for Adrian and have since surpassed $3,000, proving that some good deeds do come around.
He could have just taken whatever was in the purse, and he didn't. He brought it back, and I think this just speaks a lot about him.
For Inside Edition Digital, I'm Mara Montalbano.
See that, you guys? You don't always got to keep the money. Sometimes you can give it back and see what happens when it's a good situation and somebody says, you know what, I really like that guy. I like the fact that he came and brought that money back. I really appreciate it. You see that, you guys? Beautiful story. Fantastic. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Good story, and she got her dough back. Do me a favor and double tap that screen to get those likes out, because I got to get you with the dancing fox. That's right, you guys. And it's part of our segment, doom, 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 doo, doo, doom, doom. Takedown, doo, doo, doom, doom. I'm dancing. I'm a fox. I got a mask on. I'm dancing. I'm a fox. I got a mask on. And nobody's going to stop me from dancing. Watch this right here, you guys. We got the boogie down fox right here who's going live in front of ICE. I don't think that they like his show so much. What a great mom and kid. That's right. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Ooh, the moves. Oh, what the? Take down. So what, they didn't like the funky moves? What's the problem? It was the like that. Yeah, guys, so I guess they didn't appreciate the Fox's boogie. Then they call that he should have did the foxtrot. Maybe he would have been all right. How do you do the foxtrot? You do it like this? Is this the foxtrot? How you do the foxtrot? Man, they swung him around like a pair of dry underwear, like a pair of dry drawers off the lawn. Like, get over here, fool. Get over here. Put him right on his back. Now that was funny. I don't care about what anybody got to say. That was hilarious. He was busting them funky moves, y'all. Come on, give him a little love. Double tap that screen for the fox, the sly fox. Come on, you guys, keep on moving forward, because now we got to get on over to watch. Wait a minute. Oh, I'm about to say, I know it ain't another fox in this situation. I'm about to say, we got another fox. I don't know if anybody can out-top this guy right here, but I think I'm going to just do it with this right here, because I really appreciate this situation right here, because, yeah, I want you guys to see this right here. I want you guys to see one of my very favorites. I love pit bulls, XL bullies. Here we have a pit bull bully that was found at a rescue. A school kids throw a birthday party for their deaf therapy dog on the dodo. Dog's been found at a rescue. Ever since he was small, the owner didn't want to leave him home. So they started bringing him to the school. So the children really love him, and I'm going to let them tell it. Let's go, you guys.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
He is blind. I mean, he's deaf, so he can't hear, but they doing sign language to him.
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
You may remember this adorable duo, Cole and Chris. Cole just turned 9 years old.
You guys ready for your birthday?
And just wait till you see his birthday party. Years ago, Cole was born deaf and adopted by a teacher named Chris, who did everything to make him feel loved and special.
Taught him sign language.
When Chris brought Cole to school for the first time, he instantly bonded with the students. And now he's their therapy dog.
You ready to greet the new kindergarten kids?
Whether he's greeting them before class or guiding them onto the school bus, Cole's always able to make these kids feel right at home.
See you tomorrow.
So the students decided to give back.
Ready, guys?
They threw a surprise party for his 9th birthday.
I love you, Cole. It's your birthday.
And they even sang to him in his own language.
Happy birthday, dear Cole.
Cole taught these kids that being different is something that should be celebrated.
You don't have to be afraid of what you are.
Happy birthday, Cole.
Now, why y'all gonna do that to me at the end and sing that song? I forgot that song was there with those little kids said that you don't have to be afraid of what you are. Oh my God, with the kids singing it, I almost started crying, you guys. Double tap that screen to get those likes up, and you're trying to make some money, 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 money. Hit hit that link in the description and you'll make up to $840 because we got 2 surveys up in there. You'll make some money and I'll make some money too. Also, you're trying to get your business out there. You're trying to be you're a traveling salesman. You might be a lawn doctor. I have no idea what you do for your business, but we're trying to help you get it promoted. All you got to do is send over your promos to us, but it has to be in a 1080 by 1080 size frame to fit in the post notification area. I tried it before with a photo. Part of it was in there, other part was sticking out. If you want to get your photos up or you get a promo going, you got to send it to us in a 1080 by 1080 size frame in order for it to fit. And that's what we provide for our subscribers as well as our members. So if you're trying to promote something, go ahead and send it over to where? bridgethisllc@gmail.com. That link is also in the description. Again, I'll say bridgethisllc@gmail.com. All you got to do is send it over there. I'll get it myself and I'll put it up in the post notification for you myself. That's right, you guys. Also, you know what we're about to do? About to promote that Show Your Talent search. We've already been in Long Island. We've been in Staten Island. We haven't done Manhattan yet, and that's what we're looking to do, as well as Brooklyn. That's the Show Your Talent search that we got going on. Show Your Talent search, sponsored by Big Drip Hard Punch. And guess what? Your boy BOOGOTTINYC, I am the host. That's right, I'm the host of the Show Your Talent search, along with my DJ Don Dada, formerly of Black Ink Crew. That's right, you guys. She's a DJ now, and we be turning up. That's why when you come, you got to be 21 and older because it is an alcoholic drink. When you go to the website, if you want to sign up to be a part of the Show Your Talent search, the one that we're doing in Manhattan, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, and Staten Island, if you win a borough, boom, $250. But guess what? We're also adding people from YouTube. So if you want to go live while we're at one of the events, all you got to do is press that button, say, hey, I want to show you my talent. If you win, boom, $250 cash app directly from Big Drip Hard Punch. And then once we get everybody together, that's what that's about. Everybody comes together and the finales, one person, one group is going to walk away with $1,000. That's right, you guys. Show Your Talent search. Anybody wants to be a part of it, go to the website, www.drinkbigdrip.com. And what are we doing right now? Y'all know what we're doing because it's Tuesday. Still making them pick up that phone. It's still about the business, but we still got to make sure that we get out of here the right way. So that's right, you guys. We want to put those prayers up in the air right now. I want to put prayers up for everybody that's in the chat right now. So we're going to start off for health, for good spirits, for our family as well as our animals, and as well so that we all, if we leave out today, we want to come back the same way that we left, and that's including everybody. So I want to pray for who? I want to make sure we get one going up right now for liberty and justice. So glad that you're here, sis. Who else? We got my brother Casey. We've got Jeffrey Spilker. Also Jay Cricket. Hey, is that Brian? What's up? Was that Daryl? Okay, V. Rebecca Lon Yen Bueno. How you doing today? Okay. Who else we got there? Batty Lynn. Thank you so much for holding us down the way that you always do in the morning times because we need you. I see you, Sky. I'll never forget about you. I see Casey. I see who else up in here. We getting those prayers out for liberty and justice. Can't forget about you. You know I ain't gonna ever forget about you. Glad that you were able to make it in. I saw you slide in like, I'm here. I saw you. But anybody else, we're talking about Sam Champion, Mark Dorfman. We got other people like Jeffrey Spilker. Every single person that's our new members. Just want to let you guys know I really appreciate you. And please have a safe and fantastic day. Amen. And with that being said, y'all could have went anywhere. Fact of the matter that y'all came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. So until Wednesday, tomorrow, 6 o'clock in the morning, our bottom line, I'll be here. Make sure that you're here at the same time. Let's get it on, you guys. With that being said, could have went anywhere. Fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. Get 'em! Peace.